Okay, everybody, as you can see, I'm finally back from, my break. Now, when Deku was born, Hisashi was there. Growing up, Hisashi was always in Deku life. Hisashi was a part of the military. Now, this is what a Deku was, in a zombie apocalypse. Now, Hisashi taught Deku how to, shoot a gun, basic hand-to-hand combat, how to use a knife, how to disarm someone with a knife, and things like that. He also taught Deku how to drive a car. Now, this all happened when Deku was 9. Over the years, he taught him that. Now, Hisashi, he got drafted to war, He had to, fight a war. During that war, Hisashi died, but the war ended after, Hisashi died. And a bunch of his unit and other units, they all died. But the war ended and, Japan won. Now, Deku's still gonna be quirkless in this, and I'm gonna say this. One day, Deku and Inko were just driving down the street, in a car, and then a villain attacked, and, the hero was trying to save everyone else in the area, but he couldn't save everyone. That's not possible. You can't save everyone. So, Inko died in that accident, in that villain attack, and a bunch of other people. That was a sad day for Japan. Now, Deku was orphaned after that. So, Deku now living in the orphanage and things like that. But then he bought himself a house at 11 because he was saving up money from working, had part-time jobs, and all over the place. Deku then, I'm gonna say his dad bought a storage unit, and Deku still got the keys to that. In that storage unit, Deku dad left some guns, a truck, and some money for Deku that he was gonna save for Deku's college. So Deku turns, Deku still gets bullied in school for not having a quirk, and also being an orphan. So Red 14, this is the start of the anime. Deku walks home, after everything. He's asked who wants to be a hero. Everyone says they gonna be a hero like they do in Kenny. Bakugo still says the speech he does, like, don't put me in line with these B-listers. They'll be lucky to be even make a sidekick of some F. Frank hero. So Bakugo says that he still burns Deku notebook. Actually, no, Deku don't write hero notes. Well, he does, but he don't keep it out in public. So, like, he writes the hero notes, but he don't do it with other people around him. Because, it's the dangers of making hypotheses of people quirk. Where villains can steal his ideas of people quirk and use it against them. And Deku would be the one getting in trouble for it. Now, Deku walks home, the sludge villain still attack Deku. Deku having faster reflexes in this one because knowing basic combat, but he don't know advanced combat, so he gonna learn it, but not right now. So Deku jumps back. He pulls out the pocket knife that he has in his pocket, basic, combat, knife combat tool. And Deku basically keep on jumping back and get away from the sludge villain. All Might comes, he punches the sludge villain. Now, All Might says, his line of canon, Deku don't ask him if he can become a hero without a quirk. He asks him, is it required for a hero to have a quirk to become a hero? Or can he just become a hero that does not have a quirk? Because he don't want to be a hero just to have power. He He want to be a hero to save others. He wants to be that light in everyone's eyes, like All Might is. So All Might says, "No, kid, you have to help a Quirks to be a hero." And All Might jumps off. Now, the second sludge with an attack happens, and actually, no, it don't happen. Now, Deku gets home. He decides that this is when he gonna go to his dad's storage thing. Now, Deku gets there. Deku sees an old TV. He plugs it up, and it works. It's not that old. Like, it's like around the time Deku dad was around. Like, before he died, when Deku was 8. That TV, it come on. It showed the news that's now happening. And it says, a meteorite is coming down to Earth. On one channel says something about a meteorite. The other one says something about, fish and things like that. He get the one channel that says a zombie apocalypse might happen. Lock your doors, stay inside, and don't go out. And then they show where China being overrun by zombies. They show America overrun by zombies. South America, Taiwan, I don't know what it's called. Just basically things like that. Every other place in the world is overrun by zombies, but it has survivors. Now Japan is starting getting overrun by zombies, and everyone notices this, so they basically stay inside and try to stay away from the zombies. Somebody they see on the news one day that military says, aim for the zombies' head to kill them faster, because their brains, their weaknesses. Body shots and things like that won't happen. And make sure you do a double tap when you kill them to make sure that they're dead. And people basically like that. Now Deku sees this. He sees that zombies are everywhere. Now, they say that UA is a place you can come to if you're a survivor. You come to UA and bunker down. Now at UA, let's get to that. So, the entrance exam don't happen because zombie apocalypse. So Bakugo, his mother Miski, and their father, they all rush to UA and they bunker down there. Now most of the class one day there, except for the dude that can talk to animals, Moneta. Yeah, just basically them. And a couple of Class B and General Studies students, because, their quirks wouldn't really prove useful in the zombie apocalypse, and they got themselves eaten. Most people quirks wouldn't prove, in the zombie apocalypse, but they got there because, because I said so. So Deku was still in the storage office. So what Deku does, he gets his guns that his father left, which he gets a pistol, he gets a rifle. There is no suppressor on it, which he gonna find a suppressor later on for a pistol, but not his rifle. So that's basically happening. So Deku just, chilling, walking around. Not right now. He getting, ready. He getting a lot of clips and guns, things like that. His dad had a military vest. He putting the clips in it, and he getting the food. He gonna get food later, but he gonna leave the truck because it's gonna cause a lot of noise. And he basically gets a knife, a baseball bat, a crowbar, and a lockpick. So he takes all that and he just opens the storage office and goes out. Now he starts walking down the street. He goes to a store. He sees zombies on the street, so he try to minimize his walking so he don't make a lot of noise. So he does that. and basically walks into the store, and he takes a lot of food. He takes canned food for one, and drinks like water and things that's closed. Then
Listen, you need my charger.
I don't got your charger.
Mama got my.
I asked you.
I got your charger.
That you came and got 4 o'clock last night in the morning.
I'm sorry for interrupting. That was my sisters. Now, Deku basically gets their food and the water. Then he started walking down the street. Then he saw a news report that had a whole bunch of zombies by it, because zombies are attracted to sound mostly. And it says their meteor that's coming to the Earth is currently closing in very, very soon. And Deku sees this, so he thinks the meteor is coming, and it said it's finna impact Japan in a day's time. So Deku thinks he needs to get on the ground. So what Deku does is he takes a manhole cover off and he goes into the sewer. Deku turns on a flashlight he got on his shoulder, and he started walking through the sewage water. He thinks this is gross, but he has to do it to survive. So Deku is basically doing it, and then Deku spends the night down in the sewer. Then the meteor basically hits, it impacts, and explodes. This meteor has some strange rock-like things, some strange minerals from outer space, and these minerals basically upgraded the zombies. Even though Deku was underground, he still got affected by these minerals, these crystals, and everyone around the world did, because meteor basically hit all around the world. Now, these crystals, or this meteor, gave the zombies a boost and evolves them, slowly but surely evolves them. These also gave people powers. These people are called evolved, but everyone can do it, but people that can actually manipulate their power is called evolved. Now, Deku, he can manipulate his power, but he ain't gonna figure out that he can until he meets someone. Now Deku, he gets out of the sewage. He sees zombies, but they're different. They look more different. They don't look like the average zombie. The zombies that like their brains hanging out and things like that. These zombies is like they actually growing flesh and they turning gray a little bit, and they stronger than normal zombies. Normal zombies can overpower a grown man, but these zombies can break steel. So Deku basically start, moving, and basically like that. Then they can crack some glass, and zombies got alerted to his position. So Deku basically pulls out his pistol. He starts shooting, attracting more zombies to his location. So Deku start running. Then Deku get cornered by a whole bunch of zombies. One zombie bites him, then they finna kill him. Then the man comes out of nowhere with a swinging the battle axe, a fire axe, killing a lot of zombies and things like that. This man his fists start heating up with red orb, and he started moving. He started moving like he gets stronger and things like that. The zombies go flying after every hit. So after that's done, Deku, the man, picks up Deku and sees that Deku is healing, because every evolved can heal from zombie bites they won't take control of or turn to zombies unless they actually die. Or, they actually die and they lose their will to fight. So, Deku didn't lose his will to fight and he did not die, so he's still, human. Now, Deku then, the man then takes Deku to where he was at, and he teaches, after Deku wakes up, he teaches Deku this breathing technique which allows him to cultivate the crystals that he had and the infection that's inside his body. So there's different types of infection types or evolved types. There is the speed type, the strength type, and I think the control type, which basically can control objects or things like that. And I think there's the specialist, which I'm going to add myself. This all comes from something I read. I forgot what it's called. So basically, Deku gets two types. This is rare, but I don't think it's impossible in it because I haven't read it. No, all of it, because it still has to update. So Deku gets the speed type and the power type. No, actually, he gets the speed and specialist type. The specialist is special in different categories and things like that. It's basically an all-around thing. No, Deku just gets the specialist type, and it basically boosts his speed and his strength and his basic overall skills like hand-to-hand combat, shooting. Now, Deku spends his time with this man for a little while. Deku learns advanced combat from him. Deku learns how to make weapons out of everyday objects. Deku then learns little things. Now Deku, he learns how to move at high speeds and things like that, move faster. Now, sadly for this man actually dies after, because he was already going to die because of something that he could not prevent. Even the virus couldn't save this man. So this man died and he became a zombie after he died. So Deku had to put him out of his misery. Now, Deku kept running in the streets and saving the virus if he see anybody, and they say they're going to UA. Now, Deku don't stay in large crowds because he knows large crowds is a bad thing. So a lot of people go in large crowds and they get wiped out. So Deku was by himself, traveling. He think about going to UA, but not right now. He want to see if he can, do certain things. So Deku will just go around. If he has to, he will fire his gun off and kill zombies. But if he don't have to, he won't. So Deku just traveling around. He just walking and testing out his abilities. He see that when he shoots his gun, he can control where the bullets land. He also sees if he can run faster. He can see faster, which basically saying his perception better. He can jump higher, and his strength is more advanced. Now Deku, he runs across this place and it's overrun with zombies. He go up this building. He see this one room where it's zombies, basically pushing against the door, but on the other side, Deku can hear a woman saying, no. Deku basically shoots all the zombies in the head with one bullet. He basically controlled that bullet to go through all the zombies' head. Deku then saves the woman. The woman, it was basically a woman and her baby. The woman thinks Deku and says, we need to get to UA. I can't stand my mom had to put my curtain like that. So aggravating. So the woman says that they need to get to UA. Deku says he's not going to UA, but he can send them to UA. Deku basically finds a car on the street and he basically let the woman inside the car and she drove off. Now the woman gets to UA after 3 days of driving, and Deku gave them some food and water and milk for the baby. So after 3 days of driving, they finally get to UA, and they drive inside UA. After the people opened the gate, they said, "Hello, miss. Are there any other survivors that you seen when you got here? When you was driving here?" Rama says, "No, I ain't see anyone else, but I did see a kid. The kid did save me. A green-haired boy, green-haired boy with with a bunch of with guns. Well, with a gun. What kind of gun? I don't know. With a pistol, which was a Glock 16, and and a M16. I'm gonna watch that. Now, one that says that they said this kid, where is he now? She says, I don't know. He said he wasn't coming to UA. He said he might come in the future, but he has some things he want to do first. Now what Deku want to do is he want to find somebody that he needs to see. This person has some information that he needs to basically do something. So Deku traveling, like I said, he sometimes come across, survivors. He saved them if he can, but sometimes he has to put them down because they turn into zombies. Now, one time Deku was in his building, resting. Then he heard a crash outside the window. He looked down. There was a giant zombie. Well, not like giant, like bigger than the rest of the zombies that was around him. He was like 8 feet tall. Now this zombie had it was very muscular, but it had body armor on. Like its whole body was armor. And the other zombies was attacking it, but it did not mind the other zombies. The other zombies did not do anything to it. Deku, his evolved abilities turned to level 2. So there has a lot of levels to it, which I believe is stop at level 20, and then you restart the process and do it all over again until you get to basically over the limit. Which I don't know. I'm not gonna give it a leveling system. Just gonna say that he at level 2. I'm not gonna say when it stops or when it begins. Well, it begins at level 1, but I ain't gonna say when it stops. So Deku basically at level 2, and Deku looks out the window, and he sees that giant, 8 feet tall zombie that's muscular and have armor all over his body. His body's basically made out of armor. So Deku sees that, so he thinks he needs to get out of here before that thing catches him. So he walks downstairs, all the way downstairs, and he goes out the door. He starts running. Then the zombie notices him and starts rushing after him. Now the zombie, punches Deku in the back. This, sending Deku flying, and Deku crashes to a wall, breaking, a couple of Deku ribs and like that. Now Deku fights with the zombie. He fight with him fist to fist because body armor ain't really gonna do nothing to it. So Deku he shoots all over the zombie. He sees that nothing happening to it, but he do see that the zombie has a weak point after shooting a specific area. He shoot at the zombie forehead again, and Deku sees that it's chipping away, it's cracking. So Deku keeps shooting at that. Then Deku finally get a bullet through, killing the zombie from, shooting through the brain. Deku sees that. What is this? This must be what that man was talking about. The zombies evolved, getting these strange abilities to get stronger and stronger every time. So Deku basically runs and gets away. Now Deku spends a week by himself, basically running from zombies, killing them, saving survivors. Well, during this whole week, he only saw a group of survivors, which was only 3 people. He didn't see nobody else. Now Deku, basically runs and, basically walks, takes breaks, and sometimes uses cars to get around. And then finally, Deku meets this man that he was looking for, that the man recommended him to meet. The man basically tells Deku that how to use your power, how to advance your power faster. Basically, he teaches him the advance of this breathing technique. He also teaches him this technique that you need to use with these, strange crystals. Now, Deku advances his technique. He almost at level 3. Deku also learned some martial arts from this man. And this man gives Deku a katana. Deku puts the katana on his belt, over his belt, and he basically leads the man. Now Deku think about going to 1A. So 1A is about 8 days away from Deku. So Deku basically sets out. On the first day they're going to UA, Deku came across a whole herd of zombies. Deku had to travel over this bridge. So Deku, seeing that all the zombies was open on this bridge, he sees 3 zombies that was evolved to the muscular zombie, the muscular but hard zombie. So what Deku does, he go over the bridge. Basically he used the railings, the arc, the metal parts to go over the bridge, because the things that support the bridge, make sure it don't fall. Deku basically do that. He goes over it, make sure he's not caught, keeps his balance, and then he on the other side. But at the other side, he had to jump down, so he made a little bit of noise, and this attracted a lot of zombies his way. So he basically pulls out the katana and start cutting them down, and he rushes off. Deku had to do all this, and his katana nearly broke. So he, kept on using it. He came across this place, this metal store. So what he does is he walks in, and he finds this blowtorch, and he finds a little bit of metal. So he repairs his katana by, melting the metal and fixing the chips and cracks in it. He even makes it stronger. Now, Deku then takes this blowtorch and takes it apart and puts it together on this katana, and he puts a trigger right there too. So what it does is it basically heats up his katana to extreme heats, and then he cuts a zombie and it burns as he cuts it. He does that. He also makes himself a suppressor for his pistol. So Deku getting low on ammo too. So Deku keeps going around. He come across this cop car and this SWAT man, basically hit each other. Deku searches the cop car first, and he finds a shotgun with some ammo, and he takes the ammo and the shotgun. Now he searches the cop car is empty of passengers and everything. Now he searches the SWAT van. He finds some bullets for his M16. Don't judge me, I don't really know guns like that. Basically finds some ammo for that. He finds a P90. This is one of my favorite guns because I just like it. And it seems more practical for, close combat situations. So he finds that, and he finds ammo for like 8 clips for the P90. Because it's like ammo. So Deku takes this. He looks in the front seat. He sees a man. Now this man slumped over. Deku basically sees this man a zombie. Now Deku, clicks his finger. Snaps his finger. And the man rises and trying to bite Deku. So Deku sees that he's a zombie. So Deku shoots him with his silenced pistol and drags his body out the car. The SWAT van, a truck. So Deku gets in, starts it, it runs. Now Deku drives off. Now Deku is only 3 days away from UA. So Deku, he's running low on food. So what Deku does, he stopped by this grocery store. Deku walks in after picking the lock, and he basically gets some canned food and some water and some chips and some bread and some sandwich meat. Now Deku sees this kid, this 4-year-old kid. So Deku picks this kid up. This kid was basically crying over the body of his mother. Deku picks the kid up. He says, "Hey kid, you don't need to cry anymore. I'll take care of you." the kid, basically started holding Deku and crying. The parents basically died. So Deku goes back and get in the van and put the kid by next to him. The kid goes to sleep, on Deku's lap. Now, Deku basically has to take care of a kid now. So Deku, feeds the kid, makes a sandwich for him, gives some chips, and the kid eats it. And, chills out. And, this kid, Deku basically gave this kid, Deku had a phone. So, Deku gave this kid his phone. But he makes sure the volume is already turned down so it won't attract zombies when it's nighttime. So Deku does that. And then, the kid grows a bond with Deku and, start liking him. So they only a day away from the way. And this when Deku them had to, leave the truck. So Deku packs up everything he can. And he grabs the kid and puts the kid on his back and, he start holding the kid. He start running because, the truck basically overrun with zombies. He had to hide in the building for a little while, for 2 days. They was a day away from UA. But the streets were overrun by zombies. After the 2 days, the zombies, basically go away. Now Deku, he decides to run on rooftop. So he basically takes the kid, jumps off one rooftop to another. Deku can do this. Every time he jumping, he calls him a crater. He moving faster and faster every time he jump. Now during these 8 days, 8 days traveling the UA, Deku, basically evolved to level 3. Now Deku is running, Now Deku, he close to UA. He can see UA gates. But then a zombie attacks him. Now this zombie is a speed zombie. It's so fast. So Deku has to fight it with his knife because he can't use his pistol because the kid right next to him. So Deku uses his knife and, fighting the zombie while he holding the kid. Deku getting cut up but he's still, going. He basically catch the zombie off guard. He cut off his arm and then, the zombie tried to attack him again. Deku basically spins, cutting his chest over and over again until he cuts the zombie in half. But basically, he cut his chest 3 times. Now this with his knife, then he cuts it and, cuts his head in half with his katana. After putting his knife away and then grabbing his katana, cutting his head in half. Now, Deku basically gets to a building that wait out the night. So then they, arrive at UA. Everyone sees, this kid, this green hair kid with, basically weapons, with a sword, a combat knife, a silenced pistol, a P90, a shotgun, and an M16. Now, Deku walks in, basically looking like a survivor. Blood on his son clothes, combat outfit, and basically combat outfit, blood on his clothes, and a little kid. Deku walks in, he basically puts the kid down. They see if they infected. They see that Deku is infected, but he's not a zombie, which they find weird. But they basically take the kid and tell Deku they're gonna have to quarantine him because he's infected. Deku says, yeah, don't matter to me. I wasn't really gonna stay here anyway. I was just finna see if somebody was, here to see if they're safe. So Deku basically, get quarantined and, Principal Nezu comes in, talks to Deku. He asks Deku why he isn't, dead or like a zombie yet. Deku said his information is key in this world. You find that information out. If you find that information, I'll tell you it. But I don't know myself. Even though Deku knows why he's not a zombie yet. Deku then says, can you tell me if Mitsuki Bakugo is here? Because, Mitsuki still, like Deku and Cannon. thought of Deku as her nephew. So Nigel says, yes, she is here. She is okay too. Deku says, oh, what a relief. Okay, I'll be leaving here then, because I'm just gonna travel. I don't want to be stuck up in a camp with a whole bunch of people that can prove to be fatal. How about this? I bring you all some supplies every month. I'll bring you guys supplies that you need to start a farm or something. So Nezuko never thought about this, starting a farm. So he does it. He basically starts growing wheat, corn, potatoes, and things like that. He grows things that won't mess up the ground. Things that can be replanted, like strawberries, oranges, apples, and things like that. So, you basically started farming. Deku leaves after, seeing Mitsuki, making sure that she's okay. Mitsuki also says Bakugo is okay. Deku says, doesn't matter, that her head would always be okay. Because it's stupid quirk. But you should tell him not to use his quirk for now. Because it's going to attract a whole bunch of zombies. Well, I see you, Aunt Mitsuki. Deku says he leaves. Everyone's surprised that this kid survived on his own. And he leaving again. So Deku basically leaves and, traveling so far. Then he come across this gun store, so he raids it. Get some ammo for his guns. He don't want to take any more guns, so just want to move lightweight. So this is what I'm going to leave this part off from getting tired. Not tired, I'm just, tired of talking. So, thank you for watching, and see you in the next part.